So guys, we're going to do a little something different tonight. Usually we come on and we talk about a lot of technical analysis. We will touch on it at some point today. We can talk about some individual stocks, but what we're here for tonight, basically, especially, well, let's ask this question first, guys. Let's get started with this. How many people in this room are either trying to learn or actively trading the markets? Give me some ones. Trying to learn how to trade or actively trading in the market?
That's a lot.
Actively losing. There you go.
Yeah, let's be honest, everyone. Be honest. We're here to help.
Yeah, listen, think of us as like a psychiatrist, guys. Active 2 years in trading. Excellent. Long-term investing, trying to learn by losing. Good. Excellent.
Chris
What
Woods
up,
doing.
Chris? Chris is a new member of our room. Oh, no, not yet, but he is in our room, visiting 7 years. Most day in profit since 20
Welcome
years.
back.
Good for you, Alex. Today was your most profitable day in 20 years.
Wow,
that is a beautiful thing. Good for you. We positive, but working on getting that 25K account started. I gotcha. Trying to learn options most of the time. Excellent. We can help you with options. I am putting together a huge options webinar that we're going to add to our course very shortly, from beginning to extreme advanced. I think Brian might even be here tonight. Brian H., are you with us? I see Bob.
I went $200 to $10,000 a month and lost it all. Well, then you're in the right place.
All right, this is good.
Right place.
That is great. I mean, everybody can start typing in what they're having problems with. I already know. Peter already knows, right? Please email me your email list for classes. All right, Beth, we'll talk about that later. Psychology, trading crypto markets.
See her. She wants to come visit me. She's been following me for a little while. It's great to see you all here. Tushar joined us today. He was on the IG Live after work. Great. Not knowing when to let go of a loser. Juan, that's why you're here. Look, it's so wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have figured this out after years and years of trying to train and motivate and inspire people, and David to teach them that the mistakes that unsuccessful traders make are all the same. And we get it. We've been there. We've done that. We've been doing it for a long time. We still do make it sometimes. The psychology of trading, the rules, the consistency, and the discipline are key. That's what's going on up here. There's nothing logical about it. It's psychological. We're not here to teach you logic. We're here to teach you psychology, how to become a successful trader. We've figured out the keys to the castle. We didn't invent them. We just happen to be good at it. I'm a good motivator. Dave's a great, great teacher. Trust me, in all my years, David, look, a lot of people know TA. Not many people can teach it as well as David. That's because his motivation is pure, right? He's not here to pump and dump. He's not here to do anything else but try and get you guys to understand and be successful doing something he's found to do, which is all he's ever done in his life to do successfully. And he didn't always do it successfully. He lost, he got his bumps on his head, and then he picked himself up and he moved on. And now he wants to try. That's the person you can learn the most from. Somebody who's tried, someone who's failed, someone who brushed themselves off and came on back and learned the right way to do it. That's what David Green is.
Blew up my options account, 9K lost, same options, true. Yeah. Guys and girls, the most important thing you have to learn is to stop losing money. That's number one. All right. Before you can even think about starting to make money, you have to learn how to stop losing money. People don't usually come to me and Peter that are making $10 million a year trading, right? And a lot of people don't give themselves a chance to even learn, and they're embarrassed. And options, not Solomon, again, they're not, nothing that we do is difficult. I can tell you guys that right now. Okay. Nothing that we do is difficult. It takes time to learn how to do it. No question. The technical part takes time, but all the things that we're going to talk about tonight do not take time. Okay. They don't. This is something you can learn once. And if you're following all the rules, it should never happen to you again. all the things that you guys were talking about, right? I need entry and exit point determination. There you go.
You're in the right place.
That.
Yep.
We're going to talk about all that stuff, right? I mean, how do you feel about long positions? You're in the right place. Thank you, Robert. How do you feel about some long positions? I don't have a difference between long and short. Let me ask this guys out there, okay? Peter, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you some trades that set up for us today that we got maximum profit out of by using our technical analysis. I'll show you a trade that didn't work, that we lost a very little bit amount of money on, because when our trades don't work, we get out of our trades, all right? The secret to trading is, again, everybody has different technical analysis. That's not the hard part. The secret to trading is what you do once you get into a trade, okay? First of all, you have to get into trades at the right spot, right? So that's something that we'll talk about also. But trading, no idea about stop losses. Don't ever use manual stops. We'll talk about it, okay? How fast the market prices any news is insane. Yeah, one, and that's great for us. That is a beautiful thing for us, right? When you are trading, guys, we are reactive, not proactive. So what I mean by that is we're waiting for things to happen before we get into any trades. By waiting for things to happen, it puts the odds in our favor of the trades working, right? Most people out there are going to tell you that trading's gambling. Most people out there are going to tell you that 90% of people who try to do this fail, and that is true. It is true, right? We have 150 people in here tonight. 135 of you won't be able to figure this out. But what we're going to talk about tonight will give you a 50% better chance, okay, of getting better at this and being able to succeed in this, right? So trading is all about the tools that we use both physically and mentally.
Well, Janine said I'm out of here. Stay, Janine. We'll help.
All right, here's the thing, man. Do you guys have, are you using the proper technicals for your style? And more importantly than that, do you have a style, right? What is your style of trading? What are you looking to do? Some people type in, what's your style of trading? What are you looking to do? Are you a scalper? Are you a buy high, sell low? I love it, Alex, right? I mean, what's the end game here? What are you trying to do, right? Buy low, sell high, yes. Are we trying to be a consistent trader that makes a little bit of money every day on average, right? That turns into bigger amounts at the end of the day, the week, the month, and the year? Or how many people in here are going for those home runs, right? And it's not good enough to make 50 cents or $1. I got to make $5 or $10, right? Yes, we do swing trades. I'm going to show you something we did in that in a little bit. I want to scalp or day, but I never sell. Okay, if we're so good, let's talk about that for a minute, right? If we're scalping, which a lot of our trades are, we're waiting for things to hit our moving averages, okay? But when we get in a trade, we take profits, right?
Instantly.
Take profits. So Rib's trying to retain his capital as long as possible, learning new things. Good. So Sarin, no one's forcing you to trade at the beginning, right? No one's forcing you to trade. It's okay if at the beginning, guys, we have people who come to us that literally trade one share of stock when they're learning how to do this. One. And the amount of shares does not matter, whether you're trading one or you're trading 5,000 every time you do a trade. It does not change the technique in which you get into those trades and get out of the trades, right? That's the bottom line. You know, we can't just be throwing darts in a board. That doesn't work. How many people are not using stop orders that are here? How many people?
Give David one who's not using a stop order.
Not using stop orders.
Mental
stops. Yes.
They don't.
My greed is making me lose. Yes. No hard stops. Lost a fortune in the past 6 months. Janine, nobody who has traded with me, and I'll have my trading room for 6 years, has ever blown up a trading account if they follow the rules. We'll never have enough losing trades for that to happen. All right? Ever, ever, ever. Okay? So you just, there's a lot of things that you have to do, right? How are you guys finding your trades? How are you finding your trades? Are you using scanners to find trades? Down 14,000 this week.
That will never happen again, Tushar.
It should never happen again. Okay. Let me, guys, type in the average share size that you're trading. let's get a little handle on where we're at. And we'll tell you what you should be looking to make off of that, and the most you should be willing
shares.
to lose off of that.
Shares, 100
A lot of
shares.
hundreds, a lot of 500s, 2 to 3 contracts, 1 to 300, 1,000 shares, all good. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Great. Excellent. All good, guys and girls. Okay. So there's 144 people in this room, right? How many people in this room are either struggling or losing money? Give me some twos. Let's change it up a little bit. Give me some twos.
Wow. That's 2. Okay. Slow bleed. Wow. I would say most people.
That's what it looks like.
That's why you're here. You're in the right place, guys. You're in the right place.
And what is the biggest reason for that, guys? What is the biggest reason? Let's start talking about these individual things now. What is the reason? Matt, I want you to keep track of everything.
FOMO, fear, greed, struggling, fear, FOMO, fear.
Yeah, Matt's going to keep track of them. We're going to go over these one at a time.
Yeah.
And we're going to fix everything. Okay. Look, we're not going to make you into tremendous traders tonight, but I guarantee you're going to be a better trader in an hour than you are right now. I guarantee it. All right.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Pete.
Okay. So guys, look, actually to be a successful trader is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. And David Green's system is very simple. We use 3 kinds of technical analysis. We have 5 different trades. Each have special criteria that work, but it's a matter of following the rules. I've noticed that you all are going by. Most people aren't using stops. Most people are afraid. Most people are getting the least out of their losers, least out of their winners, and the most out of their losers. These are the things. Look, we are our own worst enemy. The psychology of this thing. A lot of people are asking, how do I find the stocks? Look, you're not going to learn everything tonight. We're going to try and answer as many questions that you guys are suffering from the challenges of losing in day trading. There is a much longer story. If you guys want to come and hang out with us further on the road, we'll talk about that later. For tonight, we're going to try and answer as many questions about the challenges that you are suffering from, the things that you are, the obstacles to actually making money. Okay, you should write down things that you really need to understand. We'll try and do our best to let you know it, but it's simple. We complicate things. We get into stocks because of Reddit and Wall Street bets and FOMO and hope. These are not trading strategies. We get into a stock without a plan. We don't use stop orders. We average into bad trades. All the mistakes that unsuccessful traders make, that you all make, and I'm not judging you. We've been there, but they're all the same. You don't have a plan. You don't know why you're in the stock. You must ask yourself the question, why am I in this? You don't use stop orders. You don't use back orders. You average into bad trades, and you hope that the stock's going to go up. You're doing all the wrong things. So just imagine this. We're going to change your psychology. We're going to flip that cup from being half empty to half full, because we're going to put the probability in your favor. But you cannot use some of your rules and some of David's rules. So let's say today is the beginning of the rest of your life. If you're losing money, as you've all just described it to us, we're going to give you a few simple rules. It is a lot more fun on the other side of this webinar and on the other side of the relationship with me and David. And there's all different kinds of opportunities. But you need to surrender to Dave's platform. It's really simple. There are 5 rules that you need to follow. Stop doing what you're doing because it's clearly not working. Last thing I'll say is we know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You can't wonder why you're losing money or losing money large amounts by surprise if you don't use a stop, if you don't have a plan, if you're trading on hype and FOMO and hope as your strategy. As of today, you need to just, everyone, give me one. If you're willing to surrender to Dave's system, get rid of the mistakes you've been making. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. You're doing the same thing, a mental stop. No, never again. Not having a plan. No, never again. Averaging into a bad trade. No, never again. Not taking a beginning of a profit of 50 cents. No, never again. These are the rules Dave will teach you, and I'm here to kick your butts to become successful. That's our motivation. Thank you, Dave.
I surrender. So the first thing we have to do, guys and girls, okay, is stop losing money. That's number 1. So if you're out there and you're slinging big shares around, stop doing it. All right. This is your starting point. We're starting from scratch. I don't care if you start trading 1 share or stop. All right. First thing we have to do is have a plan, guys. All right. And that plan, and I'm not going to talk a lot about this tonight, but you have to use technical analysis to make your trades. All right, what is technical analysis? Can everybody see my chart? Let's just make sure someone give me a 7 if you guys can see my chart. Yes, Trenton, this will be recorded and it will be available tomorrow.
Yeah,
Anyone who can't stay for the whole time.
It'll be on our website and my link tree, guys.
Yes, so you'll be able to see it. Okay, so this is a chart, guys and girls. All right, what is a chart? A chart shows history. It shows where a stock has been. Our job is to figure out where it's going next. Okay, we use certain technical indicators in our chart to help us make our trading decisions. By using technical analysis, guys and girls, we put the odds in our favor of a trade being successful. It's as simple as that. It doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. I think we had 6 trades today. We lost money on 1, made money on 5. That's been about the average for the last 2 months. It's been a really good trading time for the last couple of months. It's been special. All right, so you have to use technical analysis. You cannot just buy. How many people out there are buying a stock because they think it's going up? Give me some 5s. I'm buying a stock because I think it's going up.
No thinking, people. No thinking.
Okay. We try to think as little as possible. All right. I don't think, and if you're buying something because you hope it goes up, that's even worse, right? Hope is not a strategy in trading or in life. So, guys, we have to use some kind of technical analysis. Okay. Roman, you here? Can you share all the technical analysis that we use? 9, 15, 30, 65, 200, exponential moving averages, relative strength index, and pivot points. Okay. Jamal, it's sometimes going to go against us too. It happens, Jamal. But I'm going to show you where if you're patient and disciplined and wait for the setups, you're going to make money on more trades than you lose. It's that simple. And if you're not using some kind of technical analysis, don't do it. Okay.
You're gambling then. If you don't use technical analysis, if you get into a trade for any other reason than the price action and the technical charts tell you to do so, you're in a bad trade, ladies and gentlemen. It's really simple, it's not easy, but it's simple. Every wrong way to get into a trade is you heard about it on the internet. Uncle Herbie told you to buy it. You hope it goes up. You wish it goes up. The volume just FOMO'd. You have the YOLO into a big meme stock and you buy it at the high and it goes straight down. All the wrong reasons. 2 reasons why you get into a stock: that the stock is volatile, it has great price action, it sets up technically, and you use the stop order. That's it. That's it. It's super simple. Use magic marker, put it on your forehead, put it on the wall. That's it. Go, David. Sorry.
All right. Matt, read me Alex's question because that's pertinent to what we're talking about right now. The last question from Alex.
Yep, Alex, I'm really struggling to determine the relevant time frame on Fibonacci retracement and how to combine them with RSI, mainly using EMAs and Fibonacci retracements.
Okay, great question. So we are day traders. We are using and starting out with a 5-minute chart on any trade that we're looking for. If we have technical analysis on a 5-minute chart, we're going to use that to make our trades. Okay, First Solar was a stock that was absolutely gorgeous today. All right. And again, I'm not going to get deep into technical analysis tonight. We'll do that another time, and the course covers that. But I'm looking at First Solar here. When a stock goes up to one of our resistance levels, i.e. a pivot point, we want to be short. And when a stock comes down to one of our support levels, our 9, our 15, our 30, our 65, or a 200 EMA, we want to be long. So when a stock approaches a technical spot going up, we want to be short. And when a stock approaches a technical spot going down, we want to be long. Okay. How many people either don't understand shorting or are not comfortable with shorting? Give me some 8s. Because this is a big deal, especially for people who are just trying to do this, right? A bunch. Okay, that's fine. Never have shorted. I'm always short biased. I like the short side too, Preem. And, you know, what we've seen, especially in the market over the last little bit, is that, you know, the market's usually the escalator up and the elevator down, right? We go down much, much quicker than we go up. All right, so let's talk about what shorting is for a minute. First of all, if you're not shorting and you're trading, a day trading, you're missing half of the possible trading setups right there. So you're losing 50% of potential trades if you've never shorted before, okay? Sometimes I sell off losers and buy it back to it. Rolling that, all right, we're gonna get to all that stuff. We're gonna get to all that stuff. When you short a stock, guys, very simply, when you short a stock at a particular level, now you want the stock to go down once you have shorted the stock. So if I short First Solar, and I'll just say it's 130 bucks, because my technical analysis told me to short it, when the stock goes down, I will make whatever money is the difference between where I shorted it and where I buy it back. So if you short a stock at 130 and you buy it back where it tells us to at 128, we made $2 on that trade. So if you shorted 100 shares and then you buy it back or cover it, you make the difference between where you shorted it and when you buy it back. It's just the other side of being long. You buy something you want it to go up, you short something you want it to go down. But don't be scared of shorting. One of the big things that people think about shorting is that your risk is unlimited. Well, it's not, because we're going to have a stop order on every single trade that we do. So it's just the other side of the same coin. All right. Do not shy away from shorting. It is half the trading that we do. Use your technical analysis, which again, we'll talk much more about it at a different time, but do not be afraid to short. It's just the same side of the other coin of being long. Okay. So number one, you have to use some technical analysis. We do not have the holy grail, but what we do works for what we do, okay? And it puts the odds in our favor, and we make on a lot more trades than we lose. That's number one. Number two, what I want to talk about, because a lot of people have this big problem, right? And again, a lot of people put that in there at the beginning. I get out of my winning trades much too quickly, and I stay in my losing trades too long, right? Huge problem for everybody. And it's got to be the exact opposite. Get out of your losing trades very quickly, and let your winners run until if I'm getting in something for a technical reason, I'm not going to get out of that trade fully until there's a technical reason for me to get out of it. Okay? So number one, you have a stop order in every single trade that you do. I don't care. Look, when we're day trading, I look to make between 25 cents and $2 on every trade we do, unless we're getting into a trend trade, and then I look to make multiple dollars on it.
Or a swing
Okay?
trade.
What's that?
Or a swing trade.
Or a swing trade, which is a longer term trade, right?
And
Which we do all the time also. Last week was full of shorts. Every day is full of shorts, Florian, in different stocks, right? Look, the overall market, the SPYs has been a short for quite a while now. And quite frankly, it's still a short at this time. Well, that's a story for another day. Okay. Esteban, when we do an options trade, when I make 50% of the option, I take off half my trade, which pays for the trade. Okay. And then I let the rest run. We are ultra conservative in our trading, guys. Least anyone think they're going to make $1 million in 2 weeks day trading. You can, if you're trading 100,000 shares every time you make a trade, right? Absolutely. Okay. Let me show you an example. Okay. An example of a trade that's set up for us today.
yes,
David, are the dots on the charts floor pivots or camellia pivot? They are regular pivot points, Ari. If you are,
on Thinkorswim.
it depends on what charts you're using. If you can use Thinkorswim, that's what everybody that I've taught uses. It doesn't cost anything to get. Obviously, if you're not in country, it might not be available. Whatever you can get that you can put the technicals that we just talked about in, you're better off. For the beginner, Matt, what does that say, Tushar?
Should I stick to stocks or options?
Stocks at the beginning. Options are a little harder to understand. Unless you don't have enough money, in which case you can day trade stock options, okay? So I want to show you an example of a trade that's set up for us today in First Solar. And remember we just talked about when a stock goes down, we look to buy it on one of our moving averages.
Great, Nicholas.
We watched First Solar go from 131 today and hit our 30 EMA at 129 right here, guys and girls. Okay. So I just want to walk you through what we would do on a typical trade when we get into a stock on one of our moving averages. We bought this stock at 129. Okay. We will always do our full amount of shares in a regular moving average trade. That's what this is. I'm going to use 100 shares for an example. So guys, this is going to be very, very important for trade management. Listen very carefully to this. This is trade management. This is what we do once we get into a trade. All right. I'm in for a solar at 129. It's a $129 stock. I want to make between 25 cents and $2 on this trade if it keeps going in my direction. Number one, as soon as I get in this stock at 129, and guys, I want you to write this down because it varies for different stocks. Where do you put your stop order in? And it depends on the price of the stock. Usually I'll use about 1%. So I'm in a $50 stock, 50 cents. If I'm in a $100 stock, $1, and then so on and so forth for the more expensive types of stocks. But 1% is usually a good guy, okay? I'll get to that in 1 second.
If the moving averages are underneath, there's support. If they're above, there's resistance.
Great.
Go ahead.
I'll explain that right now, Tuchman, okay? So here are all my moving averages on this chart. When a stock is going down and hits one of our moving averages, that is a support level. Support equals buy. So let's define support and resistance. Okay?
Yes.
Support is when a stock goes down and hits one of our technical levels and we want to buy. Resistance is when a stock goes up and hits one of our technical levels and we want to short. So very simply, guys, support equals buy and resistance equals sell or short. Okay?
And it's not only moving averages, guys. It can be, you have to realize, look at the chart David's describing there, right? It can be a pivot point that is your technical analysis. It can be a moving average that it's your technical analysis. It can be the RSI. So it's a little more complicated than that. But go ahead. Sorry, David.
And again, we really don't want to get into a lot of technical analysis, but this is important because it's how you manage a trade when you get in it. And that's a huge problem that everybody has. Kareem will always starting with a 5-minute chart for day trading. And then we will expand from there if we don't have any technical analysis on a 5-minute chart. Yes, include pre-market data, Ari. Yes, yes, yes. So let's walk you through this trade, guys. Okay. Here we go. We got long at 129 to have 100 shares. On every trade that you do, every trade, I want to take some profit if the stock goes up 50 cents because I want to put some money in the bank. Guys, give me a 1 if you understand that, because it's a huge mistake that traders make. They don't take profits because they think they're going to make $20 on a stock. We are day trading, okay? When you get to a point where you're doing 1,000 and 2,000 or 5,000 shares, which plenty of people that we have taught are doing, you want to take some profits, okay? So anytime you get into a day trade, and my first target is usually 50 cents, depending on the price of the stock. Right? Well, Roland, we're going to put, it's not a matter of hitting the button quick.
It's a rule. It's a rule.
We bought 129. Okay. There's something called bracket orders. And you can use bracket orders when you get in and out of trades. And as a matter of fact, guys, because I think this is mega important, I'm not going to get deep into it, but Roman, can we share the bracket order lesson with everybody, the link? Yeah. Guys, this is mega important. I'm going to share the link with you guys. Okay. This link will teach you just about bracket orders. What a bracket order is when you get in a trade, it automatically puts in your stop order and then it puts in your profit targets. So it takes all the thinking out of your hands. And once we do that, we're in much better shape. Okay. So we're going to give you the bracket lesson for free tonight. All right. Take a look at it. Most platforms you can do it on. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm long at 129. I sold half of my trade for 50 cents. Now this is what you must do. Bring your stop order up now to break even. Everybody hear what I'm saying? Once I have a 50-cent profit in any trade that I do, I am never going to turn that into a losing trade. How many people in this room not only don't take profit, but then it ends up going down and they lose money? That is a huge problem, guys and girls, because now it takes me 2 trades to get back the money that I just lost. 2 trades. So once I have a 50-cent profit, I cannot lose money on that trade. It is the best feeling in the world. If it goes back down where I bought it, I'm out of the trade. Now, up $1, I'm selling another 25% of my trade. That's 130 right here. Great. I still want to hold on to 25% of my trade until the technical analysis tells me to get out of it.
But
You're
what do you
welcome, Jenna. Just let me address that for a minute, Jenna, okay? We're here to help people. We do have a course that we want to sell, but again, we are with you every step of the way. We have lifetime members. We give lifetime membership. Yes, Chris. It is the same with options.
Yes,
Okay?
Janine.
Yes, Janine. Everybody. I want 50% of this trade out for 50 cents. That's it. I want to put money in the bank on every single trade that I do.
Gives you confidence. It gives you confidence,
Yeah,
guys.
because now I can't lose money.
What a great
Okay.
feeling. My God, it's the biggest mistake everybody makes is they watch it go up, then they don't take a profit. They watch it go down. David's first rule, well, at least one of the top three, is never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. You can't sit around wishing you made $1 or whatever. If you lock in a 50-cent profit on half your order, you raise your stop up to break even, you can't lose money. You're sitting there. It's the greatest. You're trading from a positive P&L. It goes up to the dollar, you sell 25% more, you raise your stop up to lock in a $0.50 profit. What an amazing feeling that is. You're going to sit back and then get the most out of your winners. You're not trading it on hope. You're not wishing it did anything. You're taking the thinking out of it and you're locking in discipline, consistency, and making money. Who cares if it goes up $9 or down $9? You made your money. You moved on to the next opportunity. That's what we're teaching you.
All right, let me walk you up to the next part of this. Matt, read me Joseph's question because it's relevant.
So Joseph says he's on Tastyworks. If I put in a bracket order, I have to cancel it in order to sell part of my order.
Okay, so Joseph, you get in at 129, you have your stop order. You can't put a limit order out to sell some of that profit at the same time. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he said yes.
Okay. All right, so here's what we do. This is very simple. I'm in at 129. I have my stop order in. It goes up 50 cents. Okay. Sell half of your trade with a market order, up 50 cents. Now raise up your stop. Okay. It goes up $1. Sell 25% of your trade with a market order. Now raise up your stop. Okay. But here's the most important thing, guys and girls. That last 25% of my trade that I'm long from $129. I am not selling that stock until this chart tells me to sell this stock. So check this out. We're long at 129, guys. It's not breaking any trends. 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 I sell this stock at the end of the day, guys, at $345 at $135. I'm making 6 points on the last 25% of my trade. Once I'm in here, guys, right here, there's nothing technically here telling me to sell the stock. Maybe I would have sold it here at the pivot point and locked in $5 or $4. So the last little part of your trade, guys, sometimes can be 3 times as much as the first 2 parts of your trade. The reason I want to take profits is because it turns back down. I got money in the bank. Okay. Yeah. So Jeff, if you're in a $25 stock, you sell 50% for 25 cents and you buy a little more size, Jeff. Yeah, that's it. You buy a little more size. So you don't. So Jeff, let's say I bought 200 shares of a $25 stock and up 25 cents. I'm making the same $50 on my first part of the trade anyway. Yes, Janine. If I'm in at 129, okay. Yeah, it's relative. And I haven't sold any by 132, I'll raise my stop to 131, lock in 2 points. If I don't sell any by 133, I'll raise my stop to 132, and maybe I would have got stopped out there at some.
You can't lose then, guys. Let me just say one thing. If you get into a trade for a technical reason, you don't need to get, and you follow the rules of the stop orders and the trailing stop, you don't need to, you're not getting in because you hope it goes higher. You're getting in because the chart and the technicals are telling you to. Therefore, you don't really need to worry about the trade if you follow the rules, and you don't need to get out of the trade until the technicals tell you to. That's the mastery of this. If you get into something and you're in the ghost house and you don't know when you're putting your hand in dark rooms because you're just going for the ghost, well, then you're always going to trade from a fear perspective. If you're getting in, you're coming in. If you're trading on technicals, you're coming in from a confidence perspective. Therefore, you don't need to be with fear. You don't need to trade with fear, and you don't get out until the technicals tell you. That's the psychology. It's actually pretty friggin' logical, but you're getting in for the right reasons. You'll get out for the right reasons. You're not getting in for the wrong reasons, trading from fear and screwing the shit up. You've just all hit it on the head right there.
All right, guys and girls, I'm going to have Roman post the bracket orders for you, okay? Roman, go ahead and post that. Give you guys a minute to copy and paste it. Ali, I do not trade futures, but again, anything that you can put a chart to, okay? Anything you could put a chart to, this will work. Anton, I mean, look, the reason we we have to let our winners run by that, okay? Because if I have one trade where I take $2, $3, or $4 out of the last part of it, do you know how many losing trades that negates? 4, 5, right? That's why we can have actually more losing trades than winners and still make money, okay? All right, someone asked me about a losing trade. Yeah, Mahi, you might be lost if this is all foreign to you. I get it. You know, you'll be able to go back and listen to this again. If you don't have any experience whatsoever in stocks, I can understand how this would be very difficult. All right, I want to get to a lot more of you guys' questions. I want to show a trade that did not work today. All right, this is NVIDIA.
Dave, let me read that question again one more time, because I know you saw that. Can you give us an example of your losing trade today and when/why you got out?
Perfect. All right. So here's NVIDIA, okay? 90% of the time, guys, when a stock hits my 200 EMA, I am going to make a trade. 90% of the time, because this stock went from 136 to 140, up $4. Up $4, right? So I shorted the stock, let's call it 140. Okay, expecting it to dip down. Well, guess what? The lowest it went to was 139.90. Never had a chance to take profit. Here it went to 139.64. Again, I could have made 36 cents out of it. 36 cents. I'm not doing it. I'm looking to make at least 50 cents. Okay? When this stock, when we had a 36-cent profit, and then it went back to break even, I'm going to get out of the trade. I didn't get enough out of it, but when it gets back to break even, I'm going to get out of the trade, or I'm going to lose 50 cents at most on this trade. So that was a trade that did not work. Again, I probably would have wiggled out break even, but I would have taken a 50-cent loss. It did not work off the 200 EMA. Can I use support? What does that say from Jesus, Matt?
I use support or resistance to place an order. I'm about to answer him and say, support and resistance are not the only criteria for a trade. They are helpful, but it's a little more advanced than that.
Well, actually, support and resistance is the only reason to ever get into a trade.
Correct.
That's the only reason ever, whether it's a pivot point or a moving average. So yeah, Jesus, we're using support and resistance with our technical analysis, okay? You cut stop loss. Yes, Janine. So once this went 50 cents against me, I'm out of the trade. That's it. Boom, chakalaka-laka. And I'm on to the next trade. And guys, get used to having losing trades, okay? Get used to it. A losing trade doesn't mean you're a loser, okay? It just means you had a bad trade. And if you execute a bad trade properly, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as a winning trade. One, I'm going to lose a little. The other one, I'm going to make more than I'm willing to lose. And I'm going to have more winning trades than losing trades. Guys, trading is all about odds. How many people here have ever been to a casino? Give me some ones. Everybody? All right. So we know when we go into a casino, the longer we play, we're going to lose, right? I don't gamble either, Gina. And a lot of people call this gambling. It's not if you're doing the right things, okay? But when you go into a casino, you're going to lose money. You're going to, because the odds are against you, okay? When we use our technical analysis and we use our trade management, the odds are in our favor of making on more money on more trades than we lose. It's that simple, okay? And again, you don't know you're going to win, Nemo, but the odds are in your favor. So when the odds are in your favor, you're going to win more than you lose. All right. I want to call on somebody for a couple of minutes now. Just 2 minutes. I want him to come on and talk for a minute. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You know who I'm talking about? Robert.
There he is, Robert.
Robert, do you mind? I want Robert to talk for a couple of minutes, guys. Robert joined our group. He'll tell you how many days ago. He'll tell you how he was doing before he got here. You don't have to go into specifics, Robert, unless you want to, but just give us a little of your story.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Hi, guys, everyone out there. I watching this, it's very nostalgic for me. This was me 3 weeks ago. I was making all the mistakes that you guys are making and more. I got into day trading. I thought I was the next Bobby Axelrod. I wired money over to the brokerage and I just started picking spots for no reason at all, thinking that was the time to get in. And I was making every single mistake. No stop loss, not taking any profit, holding losers too long, everything, you name it. So on a fluke, I saw Peter's Instagram feed one day, and he had a thing to sign up for this master class. And I said, what was $100? What could it hurt? So I signed up and I went to the master class. It was 2 classes and we did an hour of live trading in Dave's room, which graciously he went on for a couple hours actually, instead of just the 1 hour. And I learned so much in those 2 days that it blew my mind. And I immediately signed up for the full course, Wall Street Global Trading Academy. It's $300. I have made back all the money I've spent on this and then some. My life has been changed. And let me tell you something, I just met these guys 3 weeks ago. I've never met them in person. We've only met on Zoom, and I'm here in California. I'm trading every day. I've learned immensely. I have committed myself to follow the rules of their course. And if you guys do that, if you commit yourself to follow the rules, you're going to be successful. And let me tell you, I was trading a lot of money. I've started off small now in Dave's room, and I'm making money every single day. I don't want to ruin it because I'm on a streak I've never had before. It's unbelievable to see my trading profit and loss every day green for 3 weeks. It's like my mind's blown. But I just want you guys to know, if you really want to learn how to trade properly and you really open your mind to it and you get into that class, it's unbelievable. $300. I watch it every weekend. And every week they give you a Zoom meeting where you can go over everything on every Thursday for the rest of your life. So it's really, really valuable. I made all my money back and then some, and I'm still learning every day. And it's the best thing I've done. It's changed my life. So if you guys, I'll put my email. Anyone has questions for me, I'd gladly talk to anybody. Thanks, guys.
Wow, that is so nice of you.
Thanks, Robert. That was great.
Yeah, guys, and listen, I did not pay Robert to do that, right? Like you said, I know Robert for 3 weeks, right? Knock on wood, I don't think we've had a losing day since Robert came into the room. And again, Robert's a guy that could sling around a lot of money if he wants. And he's got to learn how to do it first. That's the bottom line. Caesar said something very nice. Wow, 1 million in 3 weeks. No, not quite 1 million. But let's put it this way. He paid to put the course a few times over. And he's in our private trading room now. And he's paid for that a couple of times over. So I just want to talk for 2 minutes, guys. All right. Literally 2 minutes. And then we're going to get back. Yes, we teach swing trading as well. We just did one. I'll show you that in a few minutes. I want to talk about the course for 5 minutes, guys and girls. All right. Because it's a great opportunity, guys and girls. Okay. Me and Pete just lowered the price from $500 to $300 to help as many people as we possibly can. Let me just show you here. I need to know how to take those exams. I can help you with that 100%.
Adriana reached out to me today about that. I told you that David would help you, Adriana. He's the guy. 100%.
So I just want to show you this, guys. Here's the course. Okay, we've loaded from $500 to $300. We can't make it any cheaper than that. Me and Peter are making about $7 every time we sell a course now. But this course, number one, guys, you buy the course, we are mentoring you every Thursday night forever. Come in with questions. We answer them. We are with you. You email me, you text me, you call me, long term, short term. we're here with you forever.
The course is yours to keep.
Yeah, the course is over 9 hours, okay, of content. And more importantly than that, guys and girls, the archives. We have over 100 hours of archives. Once you become a member, the archives, we have every single meeting from Thursday night. Archive. It has scanners. It has Fibonacci's. It has options. It has bracket orders. And every Thursday night meeting is recorded, okay? I am not a big salesman. Pete will give you a big push later on. But if you're even thinking about jumping into this, guys, this will be the best $300 you ever spend in your life. And if it's not, I will personally give you your money back. 100% guaranteed money back. All right. We can talk about it a little more later. I want to get into some more questions and help you guys. How long do you get access to the chat room? Chat room's a different story, but anyone who purchases the course, I will get in my live trading room for 5 days. Okay. And I'll tell you this, take the deal because I paid $4.99. Sorry, Adriana. You know, it's recession time. Roman, post the website. Post the website.
Caesar said he paid full pop and he doesn't regret a moment of it. So
yeah, exactly. Matt, can you read Caesar's comment, please?
So the second was paid full pop, don't regret it. It's worth every dollar and much more. What's taught here is worth a lot more, in my opinion. And then he said something earlier also. See if I can find that. Late here to say the courses work. I'm proof it works. My life has turned around from what I've learned.
Yeah, thank you, Caesar. We get a lot of that. I owe you a week in the live room. All right, Adriana, next week. I'm out tomorrow and Friday. Adriana, send me an email and I'll send you the link on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, anyone who purchases the course tonight, guys, you're in my trading room next week for a whole week. A whole week. All right. And if you paid 400, 500 instead of 300 and you haven't done the room, I'll give you 2 weeks. How's that? So there you go. I will make up that extra $200. What's the right course option for swing trading? The right course option for swing trading. Need a room trial to feel it out. Absolutely, Janine. Everyone gets one. Okay. I'll show you guys a couple of swing trades. First of all, I want to get through more of this stuff to help you guys. All right. All right. All right. George, this is for absolute beginners. If it's something that as an absolute beginner, you buy this course and you're not getting it, we'll give you your money back or I'll work with you one-on-one.
Hey, okay. Davey, what do you offer everyone so I know where I'm coming from here?
Anyone who buys the course tonight gets a free week in the room next week. Okay.
Cool. All right.
Anyone who paid $500 for the course. All right. I'm going to give you another free week in the room if you already had one. If you haven't had a free week in the room and you paid $500, I'm going to give you 2 weeks. Okay.
Janine's our new
Make
lawyer.
up for that $200 difference. All right.
Okay.
Everybody
cool.
Okay with that? And you should be taking notes. All right. I want to talk a little bit more about the mistakes we are making and how we can help. Okay. I thought you said if you're feeling good, you would let everybody in the trading room next week. Did I say that, Wade? Oh, you gevelt.
What'd you say?
I don't remember.
No.
Wade said if I was feeling okay, I'd let everyone who was here in the trading room next week.
I don't think
you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Well, guys and girls, I guess if I said it, I got to stick to it.
Okay.
All right. Everyone who's in the room, but guys, seriously, go buy the course too. All right. I can tell you this right now, right? You can come hang out next week, everybody. But I don't actually teach the course while we're trading, and it might be difficult to follow things. So, you know, yeah, it just pays to buy the course so you can follow what's going on there. But if I said it, guys, Roman, post the email. Everyone can send you an email and get a free week in the room next week.
You know what? I think I will reiterate what Rob. So guys, Robert met us on Instagram. He then went and bought the masterclass. He then bought the course. Then he came into David's room. And I'm sure he can attest to the fact is, if you're new in this market or you haven't been trading the market recently, or you're really losing money, and you just come in sort of nakedly and don't know the terminology. Our course teaches you the terminology, the language of the stock market. It teaches you how to set up your charts using all our EMAs and everything. It teaches you the criteria for the 5 trades. So for $299, you get a free week in David's room. He's giving it to everybody, but you will benefit so much more if you go out and buy the course, that when you get in there with David live, you're not just sitting and watching 100 people trading, and really be behind the 8 ball on that. And I'm sure Robert will co-sign me on that. We're trying, look, this is a long process. Coming in David's room and just sitting around and watching it, it's not as entertaining as me doing crazy shit on Instagram. It's people trading real money in real time. So if you don't know what we're talking about, you don't have your chart set up, you really won't benefit from it. So I wish you all to check that out, check out. And then, as we said, you don't like it, it's not working for you, we'll give you your money back. But the ideal scenario is to buy the course. That's what Robert did. He did everything. He moved in next door to David. I think condo right next to David in Boca, and he's looking at him over the swimming pool. At the end of the day, he's coming over for Passover. At the end of the day, you need to know all the different things we've given you. We will give you a toolbox, and we will fill that toolbox with the tools needed to make you successful. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a 1-hour webinar. It doesn't happen by just watching David trade with 100 people if you don't know all the stuff that worked up and lived up to that point. So buy the course, check it out, but David will live up to his word as he always does.
Yeah, Roman, did you post a link? Okay. Did everyone get the link? Just send that email to that, and Roman will send you a link on Sunday. Okay? Sammy, don't worry about how much the room is. Come hang out for a week, and we can talk about it after that. All right? Just come, hang out. Oh, yeah, and another thing, guys. Anyone who buys the course, we have live every Thursday night, guys. We are with you for an hour, hour and a half, every Thursday night, answering your questions and going over the course. LK, do I add to my winners? That's a great question. The answer is no. I'll tell you why, LK. When we get into a trade, I want to get into it with the full amount of shares that I'm willing to get into the trade, so I don't have to add to it. And as it's going up, I'm taking profits. Now, think about this. When you buy a stock and you buy it at a higher price, you're increasing your cost basis. And I never want to do that, okay? I never want to do that. I want to show you guys a couple of quick technical things, okay? And then I want to answer a bunch more of your questions. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. We'll go for a little while longer. That's fine. Can we buy the course next week? Yes, okay, you can buy it next week for the same price. All right. So I want to show you guys a couple of things, and I remember this day happened, right? And I'm talking about swing trades. So check this out, guys and girls. All right. This is a weekly chart of the SPY. Ariana will talk about it. Come in next week, and then we'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it. Exactly. This is a weekly chart of the SPY. As this happened this day, guys and girls, remember when I told you that our 200 EMA is the strongest one? 99% of the time when a stock hits my 200 EMA, I'm making a trade. Well, this is a weekly chart of the SPY. And this is the one chart I show everybody who tells me the technical analysis don't work. We had a 200 EMA. And when it happened this day, I went live on TikTok, and anybody else who would listen to me, Peter, everyone. And I said, this is potentially the bottom in the Standard & Poor's 500. And it exactly was. 363 was the price. From there, guys, we went up 25%. And anyone who was with me in my room, check this out. I started buying the SPYs around 390. We added to it at 363, and we sold the entire thing when we got up to 430. We made 22% in a matter of 5 weeks. So I meant it to be a longer term trade, but I'll take 22% on anything, okay? But this was the exact low of the market based on technical analysis.
Can I say something a
Anyone who
minute?
says that technical analysis don't work, I laugh at them. Yeah,
Okay,
peek ahead quick, because I want to get to more of the stuff that they're asking.
Well, I don't want to jump in, guys. Look, this is not your grandfather's stock market. The movement of stocks over the last 2 years have been insane. We've seen stocks go from 2 to 483 and back to 160 or back to 30. Last week, we saw a stock go from 9 to 2,700 and back to 14. We saw BBY go from 2 to 30 and back to 2. This is the kind of market we're in, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the day, if you see a stock, if you don't get involved on the upside, there are people who bought a stock at 5, watch it go to 30 and never sold it because they thought they had diamond hands because some asshole on the internet told them it's going to the moon. Stocks don't go to the moon. That's not how this game works. The bottom line is, I'll tell one quick story. David Green and me, I'm in GameStop. I'm on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. GameStop runs from 2 to 20 to 60 to 483. It finally starts to roll over. And I say, Dave, where do we buy GameStop? Everyone wants to know. Do I buy it at 300 down $163? No. Do I buy it at 280 down $250? No. He said, Pete, the only place to buy this stock is where the technical setup is $151. I said, are you out of your mind? You're telling me from $483 down $350 before that's a reasonable buy? He said, yes, it's technical analysis. It's not an opinion. It's not what I wish, I hope, I care. It's technical. That stock, and I swear this on my children, went from $483. He called the pivot point bottom at 151. It went to $150.77, 23 cents down $350, and broke his price by 23 cents and went up $25. I say all this to say is people watch stocks go up 1,000, 2,000%, and they think, oh my God, look at Netflix. Look at Bill Ackman. Netflix went from 200 to 760. Okay. And then started dropping, and people thought, oh my God, he bought it at 700. It's got to be worth 600. I got to buy it at 500. It can't go lower than 400. I think it'll never go to 300. And it went to $179. Everybody who bought, and that's where the technical set up to buy it again, down $500. He lost $430 billion on that trade. So I say this all to say, ladies and gentlemen, stocks go up for no reason. They go down for no reason. If you buy it because you think it can't get cheaper because it was at 1,000 and now it's at 300 and it's at a discount, it can, it will, and it does. That's what technical analysis does for you. It'll keep you from blowing up your account. If you bought it Netflix at 500, your account is gone. 400, gone. 300, gone. Bill Ackman lost $430 billion. I don't know about you, but that kind of risk profile I cannot support. I can't lose. Look, you may think I have a lot of money. I surely don't have $430 billion to lose, let alone to make. So I'm saying this to say that that's what people do. They run into stocks. I analyze all the FOMO meme stocks because that's what I do. I watch the volume when people are all YOLOing and aping into a stock where the volume went up to 1 million shares. It ran up $60 and everyone said, oh shit, I didn't get in on the long side. It's got to be good down 20, down 40, down 60. No, 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 and no. Technical analysis is the key to the friggin' castle. The course is accessible, affordable, and fun. Join us. You'll have some fun. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm not going.
Guys, tonight I don't want to talk about individual stocks, okay? I can tell you that when Bitcoin hit the first low, we picked that exact bottom too. I'll show you that. Because at the same time the spiders did, this did it. Okay, first time down, guys. When we hit this, it was 17,900. We went up 500 points from there. Same thing. Matt, read me Ramon's question.
Which indicators? Yeah, so I think that we were looking at the SPY trader earlier, and a couple people asked, which indicators would you have used to determine your sell point?
Okay, here's the thing, Ramon. I have a plan on every trade that I get in. Okay, so I have a plan. It depends on what kind of trade I get in, right? So Ramon, if I'm getting into a trend trade, I want to make multiple dollars. Okay, so if we look at the spiders here, this is a trend. It's been in a beautiful trend all day. We could have bought the spiders right here on my 15 EMA at 395. Okay, I'm buying it here for a technical reason at 395. Great, I have my full trade. Up 50 cents, I sell half. Up $1, I sell another 25%, and now I'm in at 395. In a trend trade, I am not selling that till the end of the day. It closed at 398. I made almost $4 on the last little trade. If I get into a regular moving average trade, okay, Ramon, which is a different trade. And by the way, guys, the course goes over each one of these trades in great detail, each one. And when you come into the room next week, I'll also show you everything. Here, Ramon, when the spiders hit my 30 EMA at 393, now this is a regular moving average trade. I'm looking to make between 25 cents and $2. So I got in at 393, and you can see here, I would have made $2 on the trade. 393, 395. So each trade that we get in, Ramon, we have a separate plan as to how much money we want to make on that trade, depending which one of our trades set up. We have 5 trades. We have a regular moving average trade. We have a trend trade. We have a double top, double bottom. We have a base trade, and we have a far from moving average trade, which entails anything a stock can possibly do. Okay? Possibly do.
So you know what, guys, the course teaches you the language of the market. It teaches you how to set up your charts. It teaches you the things that David uses, the technicals, the EMAs and the time frame on those. It teaches you about RSI. It teaches you about pivot points. It will teach you how to set up your charts. And if you have trouble, we have a guy in our room who will help you set them up. It gives you the breakdown of the 5 technical analysis trades that David just described to you, right? A trend trade, a far from moving average trade, a moving average trade, a double bop, a double bottom, a double top, and a base trade. These are the trades that basically will cover anything a stock can do. We have criteria for each one of these trades to make them work and to not work. You can't use one criteria if it's a demand of 3. You can't use 2 criteria, jump into the stock if it's a demand of 3. Each trade has a different one. These are the things you need to learn. I know this is just an hour-and-a-half webinar, and I know we're throwing a lot of stuff at you. If you want the in-depth version of what David Green and I know, then you need to hop in and buy the course and have some fun with us. And then you're in for lifetime. It's a one-time charge, lifetime mentorship every Thursday night. The whole family gets together on Thursday night for an hour-long Zoom, just like this, and we answer all your questions, no charge. But the bottom line, there's more depth to actually doing this successfully. You can't just come away from this webinar after an hour and a half. I promise you, if you've taken in anything of what David told you to, about a stop order, about never learn to take turn a winning trade into a losing trade, about always taking a profit up 50 cents, about raising your stops, you've already put the probability 50% better you're going to make money and not lose money. But if you really want the in-deep story, we'd love to have you part of the family. That's the bottom line. We give you all the nuance of the questions you're now asking in the course. And so we hope you join us. Go ahead. Sorry, Dave.
Guys, you guys have seen already tonight, right, that we are a family. Even the people who have never been here before are trying to help everybody. I see it in the comments. They're trying to help everybody. If you don't have Think or Swim, try this in Canada. Try to do that. When you come with me and Peter, you're part of our family. We'll talk to you about long-term. Again, we don't tell people where to buy and sell stocks, but I have some people who are, anyone in here stuck in any of these higher stocks that they FOMO'd into? Give me a 1. I don't know. I don't want to know. I guarantee there are. I mean, I don't have
people long BBBY or in GameStop, AMC. Exactly. We get that.
That is one thing, guys and girls, that will never happen again if you join us. Okay. Because if you, is it only Thursday nights?
No, it's
just
recorded.
Thursday nights, Nick, but I'm going to get everybody into the trading room for a trial.
No, but you know what?
One thing in our room, guys and girls, nobody will ever get caught in one of those stocks again. Ever, ever, ever. Because I won't let them do it. I will not let them do it. Nicholas, all right, I want to talk about a couple more things, guys.
One last thing, Davey. One last thing. Nicholas, the Q&As on Thursday night that we have for all the students are recorded. So if you don't get in for the course, which is 5 to 6:30 on Thursday night Eastern time, it's recorded and is in the archives. And in the archives of the course is 100+ hours of content, because the last year and a half of Q&As where we go over the course over and over and over is all been recorded and in the archives. So there's hundreds of hours besides the course, which is 9 hours, 9 videos, 9 hours, 22 videos of everything you'd want to know how to learn this. All the other content and Q&As recorded are in the archive. You go for it, Davey. I'm going to shut up.
Okay. What can I do to get invited? You have to bribe Peter. Usually it's between 1,500 and 2,000, and he can get you on the floor of the exchange. One, a lot of people in this room have FOMO'd into a lot of these things, and that's what's costing their trading account. One of the reasons me and Peter did this, because in the pandemic, there were 40 million new retail trading accounts open, and there's probably about 10 left. So 39,999,990 went broke. Okay, and we don't want to see that happen to people. We just don't. I want to cover a couple more things, guys, money management, because that's what we're here for tonight. All right. Someone posted a couple of minutes ago, you don't add to winners, but you add to losers. I will never add to a losing trade. So let me just get through this for a few more minutes, guys, okay? Because this is going to make you a 50% better trader if you give me 15 minutes here. And if you follow these rules, you're going to be a 50% better trader than you were before we walked in. Number one, we have a stop order on every single trade that we do, period. It is not a mental stop. If you're using mental stops, you're mental, okay? Because what happens with a mental stop is it'll start getting close to the price where we might get stopped out and we cancel it. Why? Because we're not willing to take the loss. And what does that lead to? Buying more. And what does that lead to? Buying more. It has to go up from here. It can't go down anymore. And before you know it, you have one of those big losses. We are going to have losing trades. It's okay. We're never going to have enough losing trades to lose a lot of money. But if I use stop orders, I might actually grow. Well, there you go, Anton. Right? I mean, there you go. You must have a stop order on every single trade that you do. The only time we change it is when we're raising it to lock in a profit. Okay? Number one. Number two, do not average into trades. Okay? Do not average into trades. That is a recipe for disaster. It's the same thing as not having a stop order. You keep buying, 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 buying. You're going to blow up your trading account. Okay? What if you hedge the other way aggressively than your initial trade? See, to me, Juan, if I'm in a trade that I have to hedge against, I'm in a bad trade. I mean, it's that simple, right? You can do it, absolutely. But to me, I'm either in a good trade or I'm in a bad trade. Now, if you want to talk about longer term trading, if you want to talk about some of you guys are stuck in these stocks, there are things you can do. Brian is in this room. Brian is an option wizard. If you're stuck in something, you can sell upside calls against it. There's a million different things you can do to try and reduce your cost basis and all stuff like that. Anyway, never average into a trade. It is a recipe for disaster. No, we don't scale into trades, Kendall. We scale out of profitable trades. We never scale into trades unless it's a trend trade, and we'll teach you that in the course. But no. By using our technical analysis and being patient and disciplined, most times the odds are in our favor when the stock hits one of our lines that trade's going to work initially. So we don't want to scale into trades.
When it doesn't work, we want to be out of it as quickly as possible. In a market that goes up and down thousands of points, we know very quickly if we're in a bad trade. And we don't want to hang out in it because that's another amazing mistake unsuccessful traders do. They hate to see that red pop up on their screen. They hate to accept a loss. So they stay in the trade too long. If I'm wrong for 1% in this market, I'm wrong. I want to get out and move on to the next opportunity. I don't want to wait around and hope if I buy it down 2%, it's going to be better. It doesn't get any better. We scale out of our good profitable trades. We never scale into our bad trades. We get out of our bad trades and move on to another trade. We're getting into trades for technical reasons. We are doing that because that gives us the probability it's going to work more times than not. So we're coming into it from confidence and smarts, not hope, not FOMO, not hype, not Reddit, not any of that horseshit, excuse my language. So we don't need to do that ever. If I'm wrong for 50 cents on a $50 stock, I'm out, I'm wrong. Doesn't make me a bad person, doesn't make me a bad trader. I'll come back from a 50-cent loss. I'm not going to come back from averaging in down $10 and I'm down $10 and I'm sick on the corner, puking my guts out. I get out of the stock at the bottom and it goes up $10. We've seen it happen a million friggin' times. We've seen this movie, guys. That's why we're doing this. Dave and I have seen this movie 100 friggin' times. It doesn't end well. The movie, when it's bad, is a bad movie. We're trying to prevent you from saving you $9 from seeing a shitty movie. That's all.
Yeah, Kendall, if it's a swing trade, we are going to average into it, but that's a different kind of trade. It's a more advanced kind of trade. Look, we do swing trading quite often when things set up. We're about 99% on our swing trades because we're patient and we're disciplined and we wait for things to set up. But you got to know how to do a swing trade properly. Yeah, JP, you got to do it the right way, man. You got to do it the right way and you got to know when to do it. Swing trading is an art, okay? It is an art. We very rarely lose on a swing trade. I don't remember the last time we lost on a swing trade. I don't remember. All right, so guys, let me finish a couple of other things, okay? We have to know when to stop trading, both when we're losing money and when we're making money. If I ever have 3 maximum loss trades in one day, I am done trading. Done, done, done. I'm done. I will come back from a bad day. I'll come back from 2 bad days. I'll come back from a week. What I'm not going to come back from, guys and girls, is those major losses that just blow up your trading account, put you in a bad frame of mind. You're never getting the money back.
And
It's
you
just not going to happen. I have
Nope.
people who have been there, okay? It's not going to happen. And just as importantly, guys and girls, how many of us have been up at $1,000 or $500 at 11 o'clock in the morning and gave it all back? How many? How many of us? Give me some ones.
Put some ones.
Give me some ones.
How about you were up at
Will-
1,000 and you went home down 4 grand? How bad does that feel?
Guys and girls, we will never turn a winning day into a losing day. Ever, 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 ever. Everybody who trades should have some kind of goal they want to make, not so you trade to get to that goal, but so you have a number when you want to stop. Okay? Here's what you got to do. Number one, if you're a 100-share trader, your goal should be $100. If you're a 1,000-share trader, your goal should be $1,000. So on and so forth. Okay? I always tell my traders, and this happens to us quite often, knock on wood, when you hit your goal, leave.
Turn
Yes,
your
Fish, and it depends on the time of the stocks that we're trading. Okay? When you hit your goal, leave. Time is the most precious commodity in the world. We ain't getting it back, guys and girls. And one of the best things about what we do is sometimes we hit a few good trades at 10 o'clock, 10:30, and we are done. We do not trade during lunch. Someone just posted something that I always lose my money at 12:30 to 1:30. Do not trade during lunch. Lunch is for lunch. We usually don't trade from 11:30 to 2 o'clock. How about them apples? Because it's done. It just doesn't trade. It's back and forth. You're going to get chopped up. Okay? If you're trading and you hit your goal, leave. End of story.
machines off. Wood Mortimer, Mr. Duke.
Edward, how can I sign up for the course? Roman, can you just post the link again? Okay. Guys, you remember how we just talked about how I'll never turn a winning trade into a losing trade? I will never turn a winning trade into the losing trade. First of all, guys and girls, it's the worst feeling in the world. There is nothing worse than having a nice day and then turning it into a losing day. It just ruins everything. Or I would say the first hour and a half of the day, we get 70% of our trades. It's just the way it is. What most people call amateur hour is the best time to make money, without a doubt, because we're taking advantage of the amateurs, okay? If you are going to continue to trade once you hit your goal, we kick in the 20% rule. That means if my goal is to make $100 and I lose $20 at any point, I'm done. I have my 80%. I gave back $20. I am done, and I turn my machine off. Guys, do you know why it's so hard to follow all these rules? Anyone want to type in why it's so hard? Why is it so hard to follow all these money management rules? Greed is certainly a reason. Absolutely. It's not sexy. All of us day traders are a little crazy to begin with. Emotion takes over. It's hard to do, guys, because nobody can do this for us. That's why it's hard to do. There is no little trading god over your head saying, hey, you hit your goal, leave, right? So as traders, especially ones who are not experienced, who are not okay taking little profits, who are not swinging for the fences and trying to hit home runs, okay? Those traders are going to make it in this business because you want to just be consistent. I don't want to have a day. Look, Peter mentioned this before. You could make money on 9 out of 10 trades and lose money. I made $100 9 times in a row and I lost 9,000 on my 10th trade, right? We've all done that too.
Yeah,
We've
we all
done it.
have.
So, you know, when people tell you I make money on 90% of the trades, it doesn't guarantee that they're a winning trader, right? It doesn't. This is so hard to do because it's up to us. Nobody else can do this. I have now given you in an hour and a half the commandments for money management.
Yeah.
This does not take a long time to learn. It's black and white, guys. Have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Do not ever average into stocks. Ever, ever, ever. Okay? If I have a maximum of 3 losing trades in one day, I'm done. If I hit my goal trading, I am done. It's not that difficult. It's not. It's really not. But this is what holds all traders back from being successful and why 90% of the people who do this fail. If you just follow those money management rules, you have a 50% better chance of succeeding than you did when we started this webinar. 50%. And guys, this is my pet peeve, and this is why I get loud, and this is why you hear Peter getting loud about this, because the trading itself ain't that hard. We have technical analysis that works. Patience, discipline, put the odds in our favor, and net, you should make money if you follow the rules.
The commandments.
It's that effing simple. It is. What do I mean never average into a stock, Renee? That means if I buy, let me show you. Yes, I use Interactive Brokers is my trading account, and Thinkorswim is my charts. Let me show you an example here. David, does your chart setup have pivot points or fibs? Yes, pivot points. Here's my chart, guys and girls. So let me show you an example of not averaging into a stock. Okay.
Yes, it's good to trade the opening, Aubrey. Yes, we trade on the opening. It's the best time.
Absolutely. I'll trade 10 seconds into the opening if something sets up for us to do.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Harry. Low volume is a dangerous opportunity. The spreads get very thin. You can't get in if you can't get out.
Not in the stocks that we trade. The stocks that we trade millions and millions of shares, even early in the day. Okay.
But time, just it's a good look, guys. There are a lot of different people who have different opinions on how to do this stuff. We are giving you what's worked for us. Why do we use the different technical analysis that David does? Because it works, right? We've been doing this for a long time. We're trying to share that with you. I'm telling you, David Moses Green, we gave him a new middle name. The commandments must be followed. It's really simple. And you have to realize the counter side to all the commandments are the same, are the mistakes you all have described to us. That's why we're doing this tonight, the emergency webinar, because everyone's making the same mistakes, right? They're YOLOing and aping into stocks for the wrong reason. They don't have a plan. They're using mental stops. They're averaging into bad trades. We are just giving you the flip side to all of that. Have a plan how much you want to make if you reach your goal. We had a young lady come on, a wonderful lady at the stock exchange. She had never had a plan on how much she wanted to make. She'd be up $1,000. She'd say, I got diamond hands today. I'm going to make 5,000. She'd go home down 8 grand. She did it time and time again. She spent an hour with us on a webinar. She has turned her whole, she's now profitable 79% of the time. She reaches her goal, which is $1,000 a day. She turns the machine off. She goes to hang out with her family. She took a vacation to the friggin' Caribbean on the money she made. She used to give back all of her profits. Think how simple these rules are. You can't follow some of Dave's rules and some of your rules. You can't let that look. We are our own worst enemy. There's this little voice in our head telling us, stay in it. You got diamond hands. You don't need a profit. Why would I take 50 cents when I could take $2? No. Why take 50 cents if I could lose $2? Why do you think we get so upset? I get phone calls and DMs, as David does, every day of people who got into stocks $50 higher. They've blown up their accounts. They don't understand how could they have lost so much money. Large losses don't happen by surprise. Okay? We're just trying to give you a few of these tools. You got to follow them all. David Moses Green, The Commandments of Trading. I love it. That's my new act, baby.
All right, a couple of things, everybody. This is being recorded. It will be available tomorrow at some point for anyone who is into it. You don't trust IBA? No, I just like Thinkorswim is better. And the bottom line is everyone that we have taught is using Thinkorswim. It'll be on the website, guys. It'll be on the website. Everybody can see it. Matt, let's take a couple of questions, okay? And then we're going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. First of all, before I take any questions, Matt, tomorrow is not Fed Day, Aubrey. Fed is not for another 2 weeks, I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I think Powell is speaking tomorrow or something, maybe.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. Matt, let's get a couple questions, okay? First of
We
all,
don't-
before we get to any questions, does anyone have any questions about the money management rules we just talked about? Anybody? Does anybody not understand? Okay, that we're gonna have a stop on every trade that we do, that we're not gonna average into stocks. We're not gonna turn a winning trade day into a losing day. We're not gonna trade a winning trade into a losing trade. We're gonna stop if we have too many loser trades, and we're gonna stop when we hit our goal. Anyone have any questions with that? Usually there aren't, but this is what people screw up the most.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. All right.
Because there's nobody sitting next to you. Look, you always talk about this, David. Look, if you could all hire a life coach to sit next to you, to smack you in the head with a bat, every time you do things that are against Dave's rules, you'd probably all be very wealthy right now. We get it. We know the psychology. We've been there. We know all the things that we do wrong, and we all do them. We've learned from that. We are trying to separate ourselves from that and trying to help you be strong and come from a level of confidence. This shit didn't happen overnight. David Green's strategy didn't happen overnight. He graduated. He retired from the stock exchange at 38, lost a bunch of money, and realized that this strategy is not going to work long term. His kids are going to be eating mac and cheese every night. So he learned the game. And over the last number of years, he's been my mentor and my teacher. And when COVID came along and we saw 40 million new people come into the market, nobody wanted anything to do with them. We said, you know what? We're long timers. We're not old timers. We want to take it upon ourselves to curate and educate this new group of retail traders. They are going to be the future of the market, those that survive. And we know that most of you won't. We want you to. You've all been invited to this party. We don't want you to get drunk on tequila, leave and blame a couple of old Jewish guys that we screwed you over. We're here to help you. Our motivation is clear and pure.
Yeah. All right. We're going to do, hey, guys, here's the gig, guys, with everybody. Okay. A lot of you still have a lot of questions. I get it. We can stay here till 10 o'clock tonight answering questions. Okay. We can. But here's what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to answer a couple of questions. Guys, I invited everybody to come out in my room all next week. I'll answer any question you have about anything when you come into the trading room. Okay. So anything we don't get to tonight, come into the trading room next week. Roman, a couple of things I want to do. Can you post the scanner thing one more time and post the email to get into the trading room next week? Guys, again, I will stress that if you buy the course, it's going to help you a lot coming into the room next week. Okay. Matt, let's do a couple of questions. Give me some that you think are important.
Sure, yeah. So we had a bunch of people asking about the different types of accounts to set up when starting a trading account.
All right, good question. Okay, 3 different types of accounts, guys. Number 1, retail trading account, where you need a minimum of $25,000 in your account. When you fund that with $25,000, there's your bracket orders, guys. Okay, copy and paste it. Probably the most important, one of the most important lessons we teach. We're giving that to everybody. What was I talking about?
Trading account number 2.
Okay. Number 1, retail trading account, 25 grand. Okay. Should I go all in with my capital for a single trade? If you're using margin, it's okay because it's just going to reset. Okay. Benefit of retail trading account is once you fund it with 25 grand, there are no day trading restrictions. There is no pattern day trader rule. You will get $100,000 margin to trade with at any point in the day. Do not be scared of margin. It doesn't mean you're risking that much money. You're only risking what you're risking on every trade. Account number 1. Account number 2 is what we call a prop account or a proprietary trading account. Minimum of $5,000. Some of them might have went up to 10 grand now. That's what I'm hearing because of this wackadoodle crazy market. But most of them, there you go, guys. There's the sign up for the room. Most proprietary trading accounts will take 5 grand. You have to take and pass 2 exams. Okay. They will give you the same 21 in buying power. You have to give them a small percentage of your profits, and there's other fees involved. And then your last account is a cash account. You can open up a cash account with as little as $100. When you open up a cash account, you can only trade with the amount of cash that you have in there. That's why people with smaller trading accounts usually concentrate on options. You can day trade options using our technical analysis. If you don't have that much money in there, you can also do that. Those are the 3 different types of trading accounts. And whichever one you're most comfortable doing or can afford to do, that's where you go. Matt, any other
I'll say one thing, Davey, for people who are abroad, if anyone on this call is from another country, there is a place called Trade Zero, okay? And you reach out to them and tell them we sent you. You can open up an account if you're abroad, trading US equities for $2,500, and you get 4-to-1 margin with them. So it's a different thing, but it's not for the people who are domesticated in US. It is people who are foreign, and I see a lot of foreign people here. Go to Trade Zero, ask for Dan Pepitone, tell him that David and I sent you. He'll help you set up an account.
Yeah, tell him we sent you. He'll charge you twice as much.
Exactly. It's a great deal.
All right, guys and gals. Do I recommend penny stocks or is it better to avoid them? Here's the gig with penny stocks.
They're
Okay.
worth a penny. Go ahead.
99% of those that you do are not going to work. Scanners we just posted, Chu. We posted the link for the scanners a few times now. Okay. Bracket orders. No, we're not doing scanners tonight. I'm giving
Yeah,
you
you
bracket
did.
orders.
You posted scanners.
No, we didn't.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, we didn't. Just that. Can you post it again? Bracket orders coming up. There you go. How much should you invest from capital? It depends on what you can afford, Lewis. I always tell everybody, you know, bet with your head, not over it. And I also will tell people if they're thinking about doing this to replace a full-time job that is taking care of their family and paying their bills and their health insurance, don't do it. Okay? Do not do it. This should be done with discretionary funds. In other words, funds that, God forbid, you lose them all, not going to change your life. Okay? This is hard enough to do without the pressure of having to put food on the table for your children. Don't
Correct.
do it.
Don't spend your rent money, your booze money, or your drug money on day trading.
In that order.
Exactly.
Alex, you cannot be using a broker that doesn't provide real-time data. You can't do that. That's impossible. Right? Look, Alex, we have a lot of young people in here, right? How many people in here tonight are under 25 years of age? Give me a one. Is the room link real time?
What do you mean?
Or is
Which
there a delay? No, Janine, I am trading live. I put my own money where my mouth is. There is no delay. No. All right, so there are a crap load of young people in here. Okay? No, Janine, there's no lag in my. You know why some rooms lag? Let me address that for a minute, Janine.
Yeah, it's a great question.
You
Yeah.
want to know why some rooms lag? Because they're getting into a big position in a stock, and then they tell everybody who's in the room to go buy that stock. That's why there's a lag.
Called
Okay.
pump and dump.
I'm not going to mention any names, Ross Cameron. I'm not going to mention any names, Jason
George-
Bond. I'm not going to mention any names. There's a bunch of people out there that are front running, and that is my biggest pet peeve of all time. You don't get fined $3.5 million because you're doing something right, like Ross Cameron. Okay. Okay. So we got a lot of young people in here. Look, this doesn't necessarily have to be your life. Okay. And it probably won't be. But this is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life.
A
We
skill.
have a crap load of college students who have taken our course, and it helped them get a job in the finance world because they can have an intelligent conversation with the head of Goldman Sachs trading desk, right? So it's not just for that. My advice to all you young people, I'm just getting out of prison and I'm trying to learn how to trade. Look, they have computers in prison. You can probably trade from prison, right? Christian, you're in the right space. You're in the right spot, okay? For anyone in here under the age of 25, buy stocks that make money, put them away, and forget about it for 30 years. That's the bottom line, okay? And the more they go down, the better off you are, because if there's anything we've learned for 150 years is the market goes up over time. That's the bottom line, okay? Didn't work on Intel so far. Look, when you're in a trade, Alex, okay, even in an Intel, because Intel is not a hopeless cause, right? Once you get in a trade where you have a long position in something like this, you have to immediately start selling upside calls against it, right? So that you can permeate your risk. If I got in this stock at 40, whatever it was. I'm selling 45 calls and I'm going to sell them every single week till I keep making my money where I get my cost basis almost down to zero. That's it. I am not buying the stock anymore, but I'll keep selling calls against it. You're in at 42. You should be looking out at 42 calls. Go out as far as you have to get $3, $4, $5 on them, and you're going to lower your price by $5, or it'll take the stock away from you at 42. There's ways around everything, guys and girls. Okay, there's ways around everything. You know, look, Intel is doing the same thing as NVIDIA and all these other stocks, right? Same thing. NVIDIA is what, got cut in half from its highs, maybe more than that now, right? 346 to 132, down 70% NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA, love it. We did a swing trade in this for the first time last week, where we sold 124 put. We sold one of them for $2 and one of them for $1.07. They're both zero right now. We didn't get in a stock. We collected all the premium. Okay. All right. It is
Answer pro Luis. We don't invest our trading account, first of all, Luis. And secondly, it's a matter of how many shares you're trading. None of these things are cookie cutter, guys and girls. Okay, stop order and stop orders and the price of your stop order. So many things are edged in stone and some are not. There was a gentleman asked earlier, how much is there a way that you guys can teach me to make money like the hedge fund guys? You get out of this what you put into it. I don't know your risk profile. We want you to start small. We want you to learn the rules. It's like anything. If I wanted to become a pilot, I wouldn't just go to Teterboro Airport, grab a set of keys, hop on a plane, and hope I know what the fuck I'm doing, excuse my language. I would go out and read the book. Then I would go to the airport and study with a pilot. Then I'd go in and get some test miles. It may take me a year or two before I actually get in a plane and fly myself. Day trading is the same thing. You get in what you don't. This is money. It's real, right? You can turn around and suddenly have the reality that you lost 20 grand, 8 grand, 20, 25,000. We've seen it happen a million times. That's painful. We don't want that for anybody else. Can make a bunch of money. You can lose a bunch of money. The bottom line is we're trying to put the probability in your favor that you never lose a lot of money and that you make small bits of money more often than not, and that you can come back from a bad day or a bad week, that you have a plan when you get into these things. You can be successful trading the way we're teaching you. You can make some disposable income. You can do this as your life's goal. David has many people who have left their jobs, were out of work at COVID, came around and have been able to support their family doing this. You can use this if you're a college student to have a skill, to have an asset on your resume that you know how to talk in a smart way about this stuff. There are many different things that working with us can help you. Okay. I can't guarantee how much you're going to make, but I can guarantee you will never lose a lot of money if you follow the rules. You can't not worry. You can't, when you're a pilot, you can't skip the page where it talks about, flying over the Atlantic and hitting a storm, right? Because you'll end up like JFK Jr. So we don't want you to get killed. We don't want you to blow it up. We want you to be successful. That's our motivation.
Yeah, and listen, guys and girls, I tell everybody, guys, 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months is a solid learning period. Now, that's not to say you're not going to make money for 3 to 6 months, okay? Especially if you buy the course and come hang out in a room for a week, right? You'll start making money sooner than 3 to 6 months. Robert, you're not going to make a lot of it at the beginning because you're going to be trading small size, but it's going to take 3 to 6 months to learn all the nuances and everything. I'm still learning, guys. I'm doing this for 35 years and I'm still learning every day. Okay. David, I have some people who use Wellbull and they're pretty happy with it. They're real good with shorts, having shorts available on Wellbull. Yeah, 1 second, Robert. Give me 1 minute and I'll let you say something and then Peter's going to wrap it up. Go ahead, Robert, go ahead. Pop on for 1 real quick minute. Go ahead.
You got to unmute Robert.
I'm unmuted. Okay. Thanks, Dave. I just wanted to say, guys, and I've been watching the whole thing, and I was you guys 3 weeks ago, and if you really want to do this, which I did because it's in my blood, I really wanted to do it. If you open your mind and you put in the work to learn and throw out everything that you thought before, that's the hard part. It was hard for me because I never wanted to sell at 50 cents. I thought I'd just hold on to it and see how high it would go. To put that out of my mind was very difficult. So if I just committed myself 1000% of every fiber of my being to follow these rules. And if you do that, I promise you guys, because it was hard for me, I did it and I'm doing it every day. And it's still hard for me because I want to do it, but I'm trying. If you do that, guys, and you follow these rules, you're going to be successful, because I am now. And it took a lot for me to get to the point where I just gave in to losing money all the time to get to the point where I'm at right now. And it was a very difficult thing. But if you guys really want to try, I promise you, if you really put in the effort, you're going to do well. But you can't fast. You got to really do it all the way, and you're going to do great. That's all I need to say. And thank you, guys.
Thank you, Robert. I want to say one last thing.
Look, let me just say one thing, Pete, then I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave it all with you. Okay. Here's the thing, guys and girls. Okay. Number one, for $300, you're going to make the best investment you ever would in your entire life. Okay. That I guarantee you. Otherwise, we'll give you your money back. That's number one. Robert is 100% right. And there are millions of traders out there who are in the same position as Robert before. And look, don't even learn from us. Okay. Go learn somewhere else. That's fine. But learn. Okay. It doesn't even have to be us. Don't just go into this half-assed. You're going to lose all your money and you're going to lose it very quickly. Don't do it. All right. Don't do it. All right. I will see everybody in this trading room, hopefully, next Monday. All right. Pete, I'm out tomorrow and Friday. You know, I'm flying to New York.
Gotcha.
I want to thank Matt. I want to thank Roman. Of course, I want to thank my partner, Peter. And most importantly, guys, I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. Okay. Take what we said, guys, and be serious about it. Okay. If you want to make this work, do it the right way. If we're never going to see you again, then God bless. Okay. God bless, God bless, God bless. So I'm going to turn it over to Pete to wrap things up for everybody. I always end the night by saying peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. I am out of here like Vladimir, over ski and out ski. Mr. Tuchman, take it away.
Thanks, David. Great stuff. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, David, my partner, my friend. And thank you, Robert. Because look, for you guys to hear it from somebody who actually experienced it, you said, how long will it take to make this happen? Robert's done it in 3 weeks. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, how we are so not resistant to staying in a trade that's we're losing and staying in trading when we keep losing. Because I know I get reached out to every single day. I do IG lives every single day. And there are people who are consistently losing. People who are losing 1,000 a day, 5,000 a day. I don't know what everyone's risk profile is, but some people have a lot of money. They keep doing the same thing and over again and keep losing. How simple it is to turn that around and embrace the fact that maybe we can, if I change my strategy, I can actually win and make money, but I'm rather going to sit around and feel that pain. Look, it's addictive. It's addictive. The pain and the losing's addictive. And once you get in and see that confidence, that's kind of why we put this together in a certain strategy. We need to give you a toolbox. We need to fill it with the tools to learn, teach you how to do it. Then we need to coach and mentor you because we get it. A lot of courses out there, online trading, 25 grand for the course. You never hear from them again. Nobody else in the business does the live mentoring and coaching. We get it. The psychology, as Robert just described to you, is friggin' hard. It's hard. Even though you're losing money consistently, it's hard to give up on your own shit and try something new. Give it a try, man. Give it a try. Look, we're real. You know where I am every day. Everyone sees me. I have a big following on Instagram. You can hear me, see me. I talk about the market every day. I'm pretty much visible. I'm not disappearing. David has been around for a long time. He's got an active trading room. He's doing it live in real time. If anybody tells you, well, David Green only trades 10 and 100 share lots, it doesn't matter. He's a teacher. The teacher doesn't walk into class talking about fashion, wearing $1 million suits to intimidate young traders. He's there to teach you. I'm here to motivate you. The course is here to fill your box with shit that's going to help you. It's priced to sell. The course and the motivation are priced to empower you. That's the motivation. I wish you all come and show up. Check it out. You don't like it, you can get your money back and move on. I'm tired. I'm kind of drained out. A long week, long day. Anybody reach out to Robert? Woo, long day for me. I did a Business Insider Space with Layla, who's on the call tonight. She's wonderful. Check that out. Wednesdays at 12:30. She's wonderful. She came on to say what a great webinar this was. People out there are desperate to learn how to trade successfully. Technical analysis is the key to the castle. This market is ruthless. Trading on hype and hope and FOMO will blow up your account. You're going to be lucky for $1 and wrong for $50. Trading proactively on earnings, on Federal Reserve, on everything is going to be a painful game because the price action is not normal at the moment. We raise interest rates and the market goes up 1,000 points. That's a bullish indicator. Shit is crazy out here in this market. We saw the market. We had 8 months of a down market, 5 weeks of an up market. We gave it all back. We rallied back on Friday. We were up 500. One little bit of news came out and we went down 800 points. This market is still crazy fragile, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that you can get into a stock at 50 just at the wrong time, not have a stop order, that news comes in and you're suddenly down $8 on your trade, that is not a successful strategy. The stop orders, the plan, never turn a winning trade into a losing trade, turning a machine off when you reach your goal. These are simple rules, but they teach you consistency and discipline, and they will make you money on a consistent basis. Taking a profit right away, we've figured out, gives you trading from a level of confidence and not from loss. Getting into a trade because it sets up technically, you don't have to hope that it's going up. It's going to go up, and you get out of the trade, you get to lose. When the trade's wrong, you know you're wrong. You're out for 50 cents, you're wrong. But our psychology is, well, I'm wrong for 50 cents. Maybe if I buy it down $1, I can average into the trade. And then you're buying it down 2 and 3. These are the mistakes unsuccessful traders make. Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you a bad trader unless you keep doing it and you're hemorrhaging all your money. We want you to be successful. There are 40 million people out there who are trading without experience and they're losing money. We don't want that to happen. We're all so happy you're here. You've been invited to this market after 100 years of not being let in, barriers to entry, democratization of the trading community. You are all here. $100, $5,000, $25,000 and an iPhone, you can trade the market. We don't recommend doing it on an iPhone. We just want you to be successful. This is a path to success. I'm done. The course is available, WallStreetGlobalTradingAcademy.com. It's $299. It comes with lifetime mentorship and coaching on Thursday night. You buy it, one-time fee, you own it. You watch it on your own time. Q&As, hundreds of hours of content are in the archives. I'm always available. David's available. Matt's here on Thursday night to help answer your questions. IT man Roman is the greatest. He's there to give you the info you need. What more can I say? It is a very low risk opportunity. We hope you join us. I'm out of here, guys. Have a great week. We hope to see everyone in David's room next week. We hope you all buy the course before you go in David's week. And as David said, if you move on and you never see us again, I hope we've entertained you, gotten you a little bit better in what you do, and we wish you the best. God bless you. Later, guys and girls.